Hello, welcome to your practice. This is a practice of yoga for beginners, but it's also a practice that if you're more experienced, you can do anytime you like. It's going to be a lot of standing poses. Standing poses give us a good foundation, give us good strength in the legs. We'll have one downward dog, so we'll be on the floor just for that. But let's get to it. We're going to start standing. We're going to start with a forward fold. If you have yoga blocks, grab those. If you don't have yoga blocks, I'll show you how to modify. So yoga blocks are great for lots of different poses, lots of handy little things you can do around the house with them. You need to lift something up, prop something up. So we're going to use these yoga blocks for a standing forward fold. So we're going to put the blocks in the tallest setting that they'll go in. Our feet are going to be hip width apart, and we're going to hinge forward from the hips into a forward fold. Now, if you don't have yoga blocks, you'll just bring your hands down onto your shins. So we're going to stand tall, chest lifts, and we're going to hinge forward from the hips. So inhale, with your exhale, we're going to hinge forward. Now put a little bend in the knees and place the hands on the blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, you're just going to have hands on the shins. I like the yoga blocks because it helps us to bring our weight just a little bit more into the ball of the foot rather than sinking and leaning back into the heel. So as we're in this forward fold, we're just going to let the head kind of bow down towards the floor. Keep that little bend in the knees so you're still getting a nice stretch in the hamstrings. Let the neck relax. Let the belly soften and then let it pull in and up. Now, if you're on these yoga blocks, you can always turn them down to the medium height. We're just going to hold here for a few breaths. So forward folds are really nice for our nervous system. They help to relax the nervous system. They're also cooling to the body. So depending on what the temperature is when you're doing this pose, it can be cooling to the body. Maybe you even turn those yoga blocks down into the flattest setting. Keep that weight just a little bit more in the ball of the foot rather than the heel. The heel's still down on the floor, but the weight's just a little bit more in the ball of the foot. Yoga blocks can even go off to the side, and you can bring your fingertips down. Keep relaxing, keep breathing, keep letting go of the neck, the shoulders. Backs of the legs get a good stretch. And then we're going to come back. If you've got those blocks, we're going to come back up. Take those blocks into the highest setting. We're going to do a halfway lift. So you're going to lift the chest halfway up. Chest is like level with the floor. We've got a little curve in the low back, so we don't want to round the spine. The weight's still a little bit in the ball of the foot. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can have hands up above the knees for this halfway lift. Now there could be a little bend in the knees. That's fine. Just see how your hamstrings are feeling, how the legs are feeling, how the low back is feeling. If the low back is tight or stiff, then just put a little bend in the knees. Perfectly fine. Good. And then nice and slow, if you've got those yoga blocks, we'll set them aside. Now bring hands up to above the knees. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Put a little bend in the knees with strong legs, long spine. We're going to hinge all the way up to standing. Wow, nice stretch for the whole back body. From here, we're going to go into a downward dog, and we'll go into it from standing. So we're going to have our feet hip width apart. Let's take that forward fold, just like we did before with the blocks. Now we're going to bend our knees, bring the hands to the floor, walk the hands forward. Hands are at least shoulder width apart. Lift your heels off the floor, and then step one leg back, step the other leg back, toes spread out on the mat. And you're going to shift the weight of the body back so your head is hanging between your arms. We'll walk it out. One heel lowers, the other heel lowers. So just a nice stretch for the backs of the legs. Pushing the floor away from us with the hands, so we're strengthening the arms. Pull your belly in and up a little bit to support the spine, support the back. Good. And then leave the heels parallel, however high they want to be. You can always put a little bend in the knees. We want to try to lift our sits bones up towards the ceiling.
So we're getting a big stretch in the legs, big stretch in the spine. And over time, the heels will start to lower. Don't worry if the heels are high, perfectly fine. We're going to come out of this downward dog. So a little bend in the knees and start to walk the hands back towards the feet. Now you're in that forward fold again. Let's bring hands up to above the knees. Lift the chest into a halfway lift. Squeeze shoulder blades together. With strong legs, long spine, we're going to hinge all the way up to standing. Good, good. Adjust the clothing. From here, we're going to go into a crescent, a high crescent lunge. So we're going to step towards the short edge of the mat. We're going to step back with the left foot. Your left heel is off the ground. Left toes are pointing straight ahead, right toes pointing straight ahead. This right knee, front knee bends. Hips and shoulders face the long edge of the mat. And let's just bring the arms down by our side. Turn the palms forward. Lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and pull the belly in and up. Couple breaths here. Keep pushing this left heel, left thigh, left calf back behind you. Make the left leg nice and long. We'll feel a stretch on this front of this left hip. Now let's inhale and bring both arms up overhead. Palms face each other. Relax the shoulders down. Keep stretching that left leg back behind you. Heart lifts, belly scoops in and up. Let's exhale, lower the arms down. We're going to push off, step forward with the left foot. Good. Now we're going to do the other side. So right foot is going to step back. Nice big step back. Your right heel is off the ground. Right toes, left toes pointing straight ahead. Let's bring the arms at our side. Palms are facing forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the heart, lift the chest, scoop your belly in and up. So it's a nice big stretch for the chest, a nice activation of the upper back muscles. This right leg, we want to push the right thigh, right knee crease, right calf, right heel back behind us. So we get a good stretch on the front of the right hip. Now let's inhale, bring the arms up overhead, palms face each other. Relax the shoulders down. Keep scooping that belly in and up. Keep pushing the right leg, right heel back behind you. Let's exhale. We're going to lower the arms down. Inhale again, exhale, push off, step forward. Good, and then shake it out. The next pose is going to be Warrior Two, one of my favorites. So wide leg stance on our mat. Your feet are going to be 3 to 3.5 feet apart. Our right toes are going to turn out to the right. Left heel is going to shift back. So if we draw a line from our right heel, it intersects our left arch. We want our hips to be level, so don't let that right hip sink. Hips level. If we draw a line through the hips, they are level. We're going to bend our right knee. Right knee stacks over the right heel. Right knee is going to open out towards the right edge of the mat a little bit, and shoulders stack right over the hips. We don't want to lean to the right. Inhale, arms to shoulder level. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Pull the belly in and up. Turn and look over the right fingertips. So the left leg, make it nice and strong and long. We want to lift our left arch a little bit. So just slightly press on the outside edge of the left foot to lift your left arch. Keep that right knee opening out to the right. A couple breaths here. Keep the shoulders relaxing down. We don't want the shoulders up around the ears. Shoulders relax down. Belly scoops in and up. We're going to come out of this, lower the arms down, straighten the right leg, parallel your feet. We'll take it to the left side. So left toes turn out to the left, right heel shifts back, and now we draw a line from left heel to right arch. Don't let that left hip drop. So we want to draw a straight line through the hips. Bend the left knee stacks over left heel. Left knee opens out to the left and shoulders stack over the hips. Don't lean to the left. Inhale, arms to shoulder level. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Scoop the belly in and up. Turn and look over the left fingertips. Make your right leg long and strong. We're going to push that right thigh, right calf back behind us. Left knee opens out to the left a little bit. Shoulders relax down. Big, slow breaths. So we're strengthening the legs, strengthening the arms by lifting the arms. We're lifting our own body weight. Good. We're going to come out of this. So we'll lower the arms, straighten the left leg, parallel your feet, And then we'll step the feet together, shake out arms, shake out legs. Next thing is going to be a reverse warrior. So we're going to set up in warrior two and then take a little variation on that. Wide leg stance on your mat. Right toes turn out to the right. Left heel shifts back. Line up right heel, left arch. We're going to bend the right knee. Right knee opens out to the right. Hips are level. Shoulders stack over the hips. Inhale, arms to shoulder level. Good. Exhale, turn and look over the right fingertips. So just warrior one, just like we just did. Make that back leg, the left leg, nice and long and strong. Take the left hand, bring it to the back of the left leg. Palm is touching the left leg. Turn your right palm up, and we're going to inhale and lift the right arm up towards the ceiling. So we keep that right knee bent, right knee opens out to the right. Left hand is on that left leg. Now, just slightly push that left thigh into the left hand to really open this left hip and strengthen the back of the left leg. Big breaths. If you want to go a little deeper, then lean back a little bit. So bring that right hand over to the left a little bit. Big breaths. If you do that and you can't take big breaths, then you've gone a little too far. So you just bring the hand higher up towards the ceiling. Let's come out of it. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring the arms back into shoulder level. We're at warrior two. Lower the arms, straighten the right leg, parallel the feet. We'll take it to the other side. Left toes turn to the left. Adjust that right heel back a bit. Line up left heel, right arch. Bend the left knee. Stack the left knee right over the heel. Level the hips, shoulders over the hips. Inhale, arms to shoulder level. Exhale and turn to the left. Scoop the belly in and up. Right leg is long and strong. Warrior two. Now we'll go into our reverse warrior. Bring the right hand down to the right leg. So your right palm touching the right leg. Turn your left palm up and inhale, lift the left hand straight up to the ceiling. Big stretch on our left side. Keep the left knee opening out. Press the right leg into the right palm. So really make that right leg long and strong. If you want to go a little deeper, kind of bend over to the side. Bring your left hand over towards that right edge of the mat. Big breaths. Good. We're going to come out of this. So inhale, and as you exhale, bring the arms back to shoulder level, warrior two. Straighten the left leg, lower the arms, parallel the feet. We're going to step the feet together, and we'll shake out arms, shake out legs. Our last pose in the poses, yoga poses for beginners, is going to be goddess pose. Wide leg stance on your mat. Still feet 3.5 feet apart. Both toes are angling out here. Now we're going to bend the knees. Once you bend the knees, adjust the heels. I usually bring my heels in a little bit because what we want to do is lift those arches on both feet. Just gently press on the outside edges of the feet to lift your arches and let the knees be wide. A little tuck of the tailbone. So we don't want to lean forward. We want a little tuck of the tailbone. Shoulders are stacked over the hips. Knees are wide. Inhale, arms to shoulder level. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Turn your palms forward. And then bend the elbows so you're in cactus arms. Good. Keep lifting the arches. Keep the knees wide. Keep that little tuck in the tailbone. Heart lifts, tail tucks. So the heart is light, the tail slightly heavy. Big breaths. And then we're going to come out of goddess pose. So we'll lower the arms down nice and slow. Straighten the legs. Heel toe the feet in. Shake out arms, shake out legs. Separate your feet a little wider than the hips. We're going to take a few little side swings. So let the opposite heel lift, arms floppy, shoulders relaxed, belly pulls in and up. So that's it. That is our 8 poses for beginners. Really nice standing poses to give you a good foundation. And what would a yoga practice be without a little final relaxation? So come down onto your mat. Come down all the way down onto your back. Once you're on your back, we're going to hug the knees into the chest. And just roll side to side. So roll out the whole back body. So Shavasana is important after any kind of yoga practice, no matter how intense, no matter how easy, no matter how short or how long. So let's bring our feet down to the floor.
For your final relaxation, your Shavasana, you can keep your knees bent. You can stretch your legs out. So I think I'm going to stretch my legs out, arms at the side, palms up. Tuck the shoulder blades under just a little bit to open the heart, open the chest. A little lengthen the back of the neck. Tuck the chin down towards the chest slightly. Make any little adjustments to the body to get a little bit more comfortable. And we're just going to relax here and breathe. Take some belly breaths. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. So in Shavasana, there's nothing to do except let the body completely relax. This is where all the muscles integrate the movements. The body works on that muscle memory. So the next time you practice yoga, it builds on the poses that you've done. That muscle memory kicks in. And this is where all the organs in the body, everything relaxes. Blood flow, it circulates freely. The breath circulates freely. Just tune into that feeling of the breath. Inhale, feel your belly rise. Exhale, feel your belly fall. Stay here for as long as you like or as much time as you have. And if you're going to come out of Shavasana with me, let's wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Let's bend the knees, bring the feet to the floor. And we're going to roll over onto one side and use your arms to come up nice and slow all the way up to sitting. I like to sit on a yoga block. You want to try to have your hips higher than your knees. So if you're sitting and your knees are way up like this, put yourself up on a couple of yoga blocks or a bolster or a blanket. That helps us to keep a little curve in the low back, a healthy curve in the low back. When we round the spine and the knees come up, it's really stressful and straining for the low back. So we want the tailbone to move back slightly, heart to lift slightly, belly pulls in and up slightly, and let the shoulders relax down. Feel grounded down through your seat and then grow tall up through the spine, through the neck, through the crown. Feel that breath in the low belly. We'll bring the palms together, thumbs at the heart. And this ends our practice. Namaste.